Hey everyone, welcome back to Trout Takes, where we keep you in the loop with everything theme parks. We have some breaking news from Disney this morning regarding the grand opening of the new Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind coaster. As we already know, the official grand opening of the attraction will take place on Friday, May 27th at Epcot. As of this morning, Disney has confirmed that the ride will only offer a virtual queue. A standby queue will not be available. The announcement reads as such. When Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind opens, a virtual queue will be in place. Guests will need to use the My Disney Experience app to enter the attraction. A standby queue will not be available. Each guest can enter the virtual queue no more than once per day. Boarding groups for a virtual queue are limited, subject to availability, and are not guaranteed. Not all boarding groups may be called to return, based on availability of the experience. So this news really shouldn't come as too much of a shock for anyone who has paid attention to some of Walt Disney World's more recent ride openings over the past few years, as both Remy's Ratatouille Adventure and Star Wars Rise of the Resistance both utilized the virtual queue, aka boarding group system, when they opened. The wild card to this announcement, however, is that it states that guests may purchase individual Lightning Lane entry for this attraction when it opens. And please let me know down in the comments here if I'm mistaken, but I don't believe that Rise of the Resistance or Remy's Ratatouille Adventure ever utilized the boarding group system simultaneously with the Lightning Lane system, as both rides had already switched over to the standby queues once the new Disney Genie Plus / Lightning Lane system was introduced this past October. Since the individual Lightning Lane selections are essentially a virtual queue in and of themselves, it looks like Disney for the first time ever will be using two different virtual queue systems for the same ride. Initially, I feel this complicates things even further, and I have so many questions on how this will all work in practice. I get the theory, but in practice, we'll see how it goes. So question one, so guests can only utilize either system only once per day. But will they be able to use both systems in the same day in order to get two rides? Will there be different distribution times for the virtual queues, i.e., let's say one at 7 a.m. and another at 1 p.m., like they did for Rise of the Resistance in the past? Now, a question for anyone out there who ever used the boarding group systems for Rise of the Resistance: how long was your average wait time once your boarding group was called? I was only able to experience the ride after standby was an option, so I'm curious to see how long people had to wait, as this also bleeds into my next question for Cosmic Rewind. How long of a wait will the average virtual queue be? And how much of a benefit will the purchasing of an individual Lightning Lane option be in contrast? The reason I ask is because if Disney doesn't utilize the full space of the ride queue, that means that people who could be waiting in line are out and about and making the midways more crowded. I mean, as of now, it's still unclear if standby will be available in the future. I'm guessing it will eventually, but based on the opening of Remy's Ratatouille Adventure, we should expect to see it in a few months. Anyway, I'm sure we'll get more answers to the specifics on how everything will work in the coming days, so make sure to keep an eye out right here for those updates, and I'll go ahead and leave a link below down in the description that will help explain how Disney virtual queues work, along with how individual Lightning Lane selections work. Anyway, that's going to do it for today, guys. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, do me a huge favor and hit the thumbs up, and go ahead and subscribe to the channel for more theme park news, tips, tricks, and adventures. As always, I've been Mike with Trout Takes, and we'll see you soon.